where the hesitation for the universities happens is around the price point. So my question to you is these, are there scholarships or bursaries or discounts available for, the stronger academic students or students that have previously studied in New Zealand? What is your advice to them?
Yep, that's a very good question, Arunima. The main thing here is New Zealand being government, the New Zealand universities being government funded. What the government can offer to international students is quite limited. So there's not many scholarships offered by the government themselves. And Massey University is limited on the amount of budget they have to share in that sense. But in this case, Massey University is very keen on international students, not only because of the tuition fees. Actually, the university receives the same amount of money from an international student than a domestic student. The only difference is the domestic students are subsidized by the government, so the government pays 2/3 of the tuition fees, and the international students have to pay for the full fee by themselves. So that's the only difference. But financially, for the university, it doesn't make a difference whether it's international or domestic. The difference with international students is that they bring something different. They bring a different culture, they bring knowledge from other countries, and they get our teachers actually to learn, because the questions they ask sometimes are completely different from what the traditional Kiwi will ask. So Massey University values the international students, not only because they are students, but also because they bring something more than the Kiwis, right? Okay. So what the college has decided to do, okay, if the government is not funding these students, we will try and help them. So our colleges are now looking at offering a 5,000 New Zealand dollars discount per year of studies for our international students, obviously for the top academic performing students. So this is what they are doing. Our College of Business, Humanities and Social Sciences, Engineering have been offering this for a while, creative arts as well.
So does that spread out to across the board, or is it just for some courses?
It's across the board. In the past, creative arts said only undergraduate students. Humanities and social sciences said any student. Business has been quite open, and the MBA has additional discounts as well if it's a very highly qualified students with a lot of work experience. Specifically for the MBA, they get an additional $2,000 discount. Okay. They assess it automatically, or if they have extremely high grades, they get an additional discount. And the College of Science, we know they are looking at offering something similar. Engineering is already doing it. It's, I think, $3,000 instead of $5,000. But it's all pushing in that direction because we want those international students. They mean something to Massey.
Oh, that's really encouraging, because I think for a student to sort of get that little bit of jump start to help with some kind of bursary or scholarship is actually really encouraging, not just, from a monetary perspective, but also to know that they are valued. So I think those of you that are listening, where you kind of, are really resistant to look at a university, obviously Massey has got one of the widest range of courses available. And there are bursaries available. So definitely have it on your list. Now, moving along again, catering to that cohort of people that we've talked about. Sandra, a lot of these people would want to get into either the master's or would want to get into the bachelor's degrees. Now, because they're onshore, they can, obviously organizing funds, they don't get loans from the home countries because they may have been here for many, many years. So a lot of dependence is on savings that they've got here or savings that their families have got back home. Some of the students prefer to pay those fees in installments because it just works easier on the pocket, and transferring a large amount of funds from overseas can also be problematic. So if someone's coming in to do, say, for example, a bachelor's of engineering, would Massey allow for them to split their 1-year tuition fees into half? They will obviously get the visa only for the duration that they pay, but is that an option available?
With Massey University, the only requirement is that they pay for the full semester before the semester starts, right? We don't mind if they want to pay for the full year or just one semester. It sometimes depends on immigration, what they require. Most of the time, it's okay to pay just for the one semester, but from what I know, they need to renew the visa after one semester again if they only pay for one semester.
Yeah, and it doesn't work for those people that are stuck offshore because, for them, like I know for a fact, I've been doing this for zonky years. Mumbai wouldn't give a visa without a whole year tuition fees plus really robust plans. Palmerston is moving that way, but there is still that availability to get a visa, which is for per semester for some students. Okay.